Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild, as I'm going to be getting more consistent with these, so be looking forward to those. We're rebuilding the Tennessee Titans with Malik Willis here, and for those all of you guys saying, oh, Ryan Tannehill's starting week one, it's time to move on. Tannehill's not good enough. He obviously showed that. I mean, yes, he's solid, don't get me wrong, he's a solid QB, but is he the future of the Tennessee Titans? Definitely not. So we're going to move on immediately. Malik Willis, do keep in mind we are in a running scheme for King Henry. We have a 97 overall running back, X Factor. Of course, we're going to hand him the ball. That's how we're going to win games or relieve the pressure off Malik Willis. So we're not going to be in a passing scheme. We're in the Ravens offensive playbook. So yeah, there's that. Got Robert Woods, solid option. Traylon Burks. This move I didn't really like that much because it's like you're trading a first-round pick. You're trading away your best receiver for a first-round pick, and then using that first-round pick to draft another receiver. I know you didn't want to pay A.J. Brown, but now you have a chance of having a receiver that's worse than A.J. Brown, and then you're eventually still going to have to pay him. So either way, like even if A.J. Brown didn't want to be there, like you have to try in your best possibility to get a first-round pick or more, because you just traded away a good wide receiver that you know is good and guaranteed good. Now you're taking a chance on another wide receiver that could be worse than him and probably will be worse than him, but still not a bad pick. It's just an interesting move to me to trade a wide receiver then immediately replace him. Interesting, but still Traylon Burks is going to be a good addition from Arkansas. 89 speed, I thought he would be a lot faster than that. I thought he would have like 93, 94. Looking at the offensive line, entire right side needs to be replaced. Austin Hooper is not going to be a long-term, of course. Defensively looking into it, Justin Simmons is good. No, that's Jeffrey Simmons, not Justin Simmons. I'm an idiot. But we also have Harold Landry, who I believe is out for the season in real life. Good thing injury is off in this. Bud Dupree, who has completely regressed. We're not going to... do I cut him? How much? Okay, that's a lot of money. We're going to have to ride out that contract, unfortunately. Looking at it defensively, Kevin Byard, of course, Amani Hooker, and then Caleb Farley I'm going to start. Interesting that you guys didn't take Rashawn Slater at this spot. I mean, I'm sure you guys are shooting yourselves in the foot and banging your head against the wall now that you didn't take him because Rashawn Slater's a beast. But yeah, anyways, Titans team, I'm gonna trade Tannehill probably at the midseason mark. For right now, I'm just gonna leave him be. He probably has a really high cap hit. So other than that, guys, it's now time to move in. It's the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-2 with Malik Willis starting at quarterback. And we got to choose a draft class. I always just keep the auto-generated rookies here. And we're just going to back out of there. And looking at this breakout defensive line, breakout DB, my bad. I never look at these because they never get the breakout development. But yeah, I'm not going to really worry about that. And looking at Amani Hooker here for his contract. I want to keep that 5 years up the money a little bit for him. And he resigns. That's good because he's very young, has the development trait. How long do you... No, I'm not signing Austin Hooper for 4 years. I would give him a 1-year deal at most. Nate Davis is a guy that I need back. I'm going to go player-friendly here, and he resigns. I don't care if he didn't have an interest in signing back. I needed him back. Deshaun Hand, no. David Long, no. Everyone here is just a no. Not really going to worry about them too much. If I put Ryan Tannehill on the trade block, do I immediately get offers, or do I have to wait another week? Did they fix that in Madden? Because I feel like I should immediately get offers. I should have put him on the trade block before. Let's see if we do get trade offers for Ryan Tannehill. If not, I'll just do it myself. No, we don't, unfortunately. So we're gonna go here, go to the trade center, and work out Ryan Tannehill off this team. So let's move into this. I'm trading away Ryan Tannehill to the Panthers, who love having average and mediocre quarterbacks, for a second-round pick. So I think that's fair. I probably could have easily gotten their first-round pick out of them, but yeah, Ryan Tannehill is going to be the starting QB of the Carolina Panthers now. And weekly awards, we actually got one. Let's see who we had there. We have Derrick Henry in the Ravens rushing scheme, 4 rushing touchdowns in 1 week. That's crazy. Okay, anyways, beating the Colts 42-14. Ouch, that must sting for them. Scouting national focus. We're going to do that. I mean, it's actually a really strong, and yeah, it's actually a really strong offensive line class. So we're going to go interior offensive line here. And scouting was assigned. Cool. Strengths. Cool. We got it for, yeah, okay, just making sure that was set. For some reason, I thought it wasn't there for a second. But anyways, guys, apart from that, we are 4-2. Let's see if we can make it to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs as the Colts take the division at 10-7 because the Jaguars beat us in the final week of the season, but we still make the playoffs at 9-8. Good job, first year for Malik Willis as a starter, and he's already making the playoffs. That's mainly due to Derrick Henry's success, of course. So, first of many playoffs. Okay, upgrade players. Don't need to worry about any of that. Stats and awards. Let's see who we have here. Malik Willis, obviously not doing good. We're in a running scheme. Don't worry about it. 27th best offense, though, is kind of upsetting. 7th best defense. 3,200 yards, 18 touchdowns to 9 receptions. That's 2 touchdowns to 1 reception. That's not a good ratio, and that completion percentage isn't stellar either. I mean, yeah, even though we are in a running scheme, his averages just aren't good. Derrick Henry, 5.2 per carry, 1,600 yards, and 18 touchdowns. I would expect like 350 carries from him, but Malik Willis had some ground time as well. 7 touchdowns, 764 yards. Pretty good. Robert Woods, 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Traylon Burks, 2 touchdowns, 700 yards. Austin Hooper, 6 touchdowns, 600 yards. Looking at it defensively, Zach Cunningham, 109 tackles for a loss, 19 for Autry. Sacks is going to be 13 for Jeff Simmons, and Harold Landry with 9.5. Interceptions, 4 for Hugo Amandi. I believe they got him from the No, they didn't get him from the Seahawks, did they? I don't think they did. Anyways, safeties 1 for Autry, and defensive touchdowns is 0. So anyways, guys, apart from that, let's lose to the Bills in the wild card. Don't think we're going to win this unless Derrick Henry can pull what he did against the Ravens, and he does. 35-21. Weekly awards, he probably did what he did to the Ravens. No, Malik Willis just balled out. 3 passing touchdowns, got sacked twice, and a rushing touchdown. 4 total touchdowns. Amani Hooker with 2 interceptions as well. That's huge. Here to face the Bengals, 14-3. They're probably going to end it here. I didn't see us get many franchise staff points, so they probably will. Yeah, 28-16, not really too much of a surprise there. So anyways, we're going to move into the offseason. And Joe Burrow gets another Super Bowl loss as Dak Prescott wins the Super Bowl MVP, and Joe Burrow wins the league MVP. Zach Taylor, Coach of the Year. There are no awards here for... Wait, no, Malik Willis wins Rookie of the Year, actually. Never mind. Whenever he... In this hypothetical reality that Malik Willis is starting, he's winning Rookie of the Year. But offensively, he gets Superstar Dev. That's so huge. I wasn't even in a passing scheme. Wins Rookie of the Year. So huge for him to get that. We're going to move to Strong Arm a little bit more. He needs to improve that throw accuracy and under pressure. He has an ability slot now, which is cool. Don't really worry about that. No other upgrades offensively. Defensively, it looks Autry got Star Dev, and everything else looks the same. So anyways, guys, apart from that, we're going to move in to the re-signed players here. New ability unlocked. That's for Malik Willis. Yeah, I don't think we're doing too bad. Not at all. I think we need to change the scheme a little bit out of Derrick Henry because Malik Willis was a baller in the playoffs, so we need to show that off a little bit more. But it was good to give him an easy start and get him Superstar Dev. AFC, it's South, right? Yeah, AFC South, no one on the Titans retires. Surprised, actually, a little bit. I thought we would have a couple, but players ready to negotiate. I don't think there's anyone that I want here. Austin Hooper, no, you want too many years. Yeah, I don't think so. How much money do we have? $63 million to spend. Let's move to free agency. After free agency, we ended up getting Daron Payne, huge signing, along with Tremaine Edmonds and Dawson Knox. 2 Bills players here is heading over to the Titans. And then also, of course, as I mentioned before, Daron Payne. Stellar defense now, huge upgrade. We're probably going to be targeting either middle linebacker because it can't just be all Tremaine Edmonds. We're going to be targeting middle linebacker and interior offensive line, or maybe even an offensive tackle. So let's move to the draft. I know this is completely opposite of what I said, but I'm getting an edge rusher here who's technically a run stopper. I'm going to move him down. Well, I'm actually going to replace him from Bud Dupree. Only normal development, but I saw A block shedding, A play recognition, A pursuit, B hit power. He looks pretty good overall. He just doesn't have a development trait, which is unfortunate for Camden Cameron. God, that name pisses me off. Camden Cameron. That sounds too similar. It's like John Johnson with the Browns. In the second round, I'm picking up a right guard, Josh Smith, hidden development, 90 strength. Looks overall pretty good. Just A, B, A. There's 2 C's, 2 B's, 3 A's, and then a bunch of potential right there. Looks like a great pick. And in the late 5th round, right tackle Ben Lamb out of UCF. Hidden development, 86 strength. He didn't look exceptional, but he was a projected undrafted free agent. And there was actually a really good right tackle that was also projected undrafted free agent. But I thought I could get him in the later rounds. Someone took him, but this guy also looks pretty good to me. So this is the team after the draft. I picked up this guy, Jaron Jones, in the 3rd round. 74 overall. Doesn't look to be too bad, just unfortunately doesn't have a development trait. Lamb is a 65 overall. Still going to start him over my other right tackle just because he has a development trait. Smith, 74 overall. I'm keen at drafting offensive linemen, apparently, as we're balling out there. What is my offensive scheme? I'm going to change this to Kansas City's. Should I do Cincinnati's? I feel like, yeah, Cincinnati's probably good right there. We'll do Cincinnati's, and then we'll run a spread offense as well. I feel like that would work the best for us. Spread, 85%. That's fine. And defensively looking into it, Cameron is going to be the starter here. It looks like, did the CPU? No, I thought the CPU auto-cut Bud Dupree. Release him. Yeah, we'll save money. 17 million freed, but take a 9 million cap penalty. Still saves money. Cameron's a 75 overall, 1st round pick. Again, I knew he was a good player. He just doesn't have a development trait. 75 overall is definitely not a bad overall for a rookie. And yeah, I need some DBs here for sure. Autry's not doing bad. Monty Hooker, specialist. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I need a slot DB for sure. Molden is going to start. And yeah, looking pretty good here. I like everything that we got. Well, actually, where's my specialist for it's Weaver. I want my guy over here, Cameron, to rush off the edge, but apparently they're not going to make him a rush defensive end. So anyways, it's now time to move to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 4-3, top of the division. That can be taken at any point in time. Coming off a close loss to the Chiefs, it looks like it was probably an overtime loss. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got. Derrick Henry, King Henry, of course, we've got to keep him back. Now, in real life, Derrick Henry is slowly going down, if you guys notice that. I mean, he's still doing good this year, don't get me wrong. He's still King Henry, but I don't think he's the best running back in the league anymore. But yeah, in Madden, he probably won't drop below a 90 in the simulation, so I'll definitely do this. He resigns, perfect, didn't even have to up the money. Jeffrey Simmons doesn't want to come back. Guess what, Simmons? I don't care what you want. We'll boost the money for you, and you're back, whether you like it or not. Taylor Lewan. This is the interesting thing because regression starts now, technically. And I don't want to pay a left tackle $15 million a year. So I'll see how he regresses by the end of the season. Christian Fulton is actually a guy I would like back. I can't negotiate with him now, but I'll get him for depth later on. Christian Fulton, guy I want back. Then maybe Taylor Lewan. Scouting national focus. Let's see what we got here. Who do we need necessarily? Interior linebacker, DB. DB is definitely a need for us completely. And yeah, it was assigned. Cornerback, the strengths of this class is DB, so that's great. DB is a definite need for this team, obviously. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else we need to do. So let's move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs coming off a big win to the Bengals as we secure the division 10-7. I don't think the Colts made it at 8-9. Here to face the Chiefs, though. We lost them in the regular season, so this is going to be a hard matchup here. Stats and awards, let's see what Malik Willis got for us. He did decent. We're in the Cincinnati Bengals playbook. He did decent. 10th best offense is what I care about. 26 defense is a yikes. 4,400 yards, 33 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Again, this touchdown to interception ratio is not great, but it's an improvement, I guess. I mean, of course, it's an improvement from last season. We're in a different scheme. Maybe we go Buccaneers scheme. Never mind. King Henry just ate. Not even in a running scheme this year. 25 touchdowns, 5.9 per carry, and 1,600 yards. I'm not changing the scheme. I don't care if Malik Willis plays bad. If we're making that happen, it's cool with me. Robert Woods, 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns. Traylon Burks, only 3 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards. Been disappointing. Kyle Phillips, our slot wide receiver, 10 touchdowns. Had a better season than Traylon Burks. Looking at it defensively, Tremaine Edmonds, 144 tackles for a loss, 20 for Jeffrey Simmons, sacks, 10 for Jeffrey Simmons, 7.5 for Landry, 7 for Autry, Payne, 6.5. Wow, it looks like our rookie got no sacks. Interception, 6 for Christian Fulton. Definitely want to bring him back now. Safety, 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, anyways, guys, let's see if we can beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the wildcard round to move on to the divisional round. Is it possible for us to do this? And it is. 31-21 here to face invincible Russell Wilson. He's invincible in simulation, but in real life, he's kind of washed. He's not really playing well. Anyways, We don't. Okay, 24-6. That's how it always goes. It's always the wild card is a breeze. Then after that, we just suck. So anyways, let's move into the offseason. Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride. Wins the Super Bowl. Russell Wilson is the Super Bowl MVP. Dak Prescott is the league MVP. There are no awards here for the Tennessee Titans, but let's see if we have any upgrades, and let's see the rookies' development traits, actually. What do we got offensively? Malik Willis is the same. Robert Woods is regressing. And it looks like Smith is going to be a star development. Lamb is a superstar. This was a projected undrafted free agent. And of course, you know, CPU does what it does best. It ruins the depth chart and starts my right tackle that I didn't want to start. And now he's behind on his development, but it's fine. Jones is still going to be a normal dev, but it's fine. He's still a good pickup overall for a third-round pick. And I forgot we had Zach Cunningham. Christian Fulton gets star dev. That's sick. Autry is regressing. I would like Cameron to be more involved, but yeah. Anyways, guys, we're gonna move into the re-sign players. I want Christian Fulton back. I want to see how far Taylor Lewan has regressed, because morale kind of covers it up. So I want to see on the contract itself if the game will ever load at any point in year. If you play it online, then it loads faster, but I'm not paying for Xbox Live. Let's see what we got. AFC South. Tree retires. That's actually kind of useful for me. So let's see what we got for the players ready to negotiate. And we got Taylor Lewan goes from an 82 to an 80. I'll give him a 1-year deal if he'll accept this. He's excited to stay with the team. Cool. And where is Christian Fulton? Oh, there he is. Yeah. Spread out the contract, up the money a little bit more, and he resigns. That's huge. We needed a DB. So he stays with the team, and free agency $63 million now that Bud Dupree's gone. I mean, it's cool to call him Dud Dupree because that's kind of what he's playing at the season right now. So let's get to free agency. Here we are after free agency. We got Mike Evans, a big-time receiver for Malik Willis, and Jadeveon Clowney, who is old, but yeah, he's a freak in simulation. He gets a lot of sacks. So we're going to move into the draft. At the end of the first round, picking up DB Rudy Daly, man-to-man out of Purdue. Normal development, unfortunately, 94 speed. He seemed the most well-rounded out of everyone. A press, B hit power, B catching, C play rec, B man, C zone coverage. He was definitely the most well-rounded, but I guess he's just normal. And with my second round pick, I'm picking up Pat Bradley, wide receiver out of Oklahoma. Speed demon, 97 speed, 5'10" deep threat. Reminds me of Hollywood Brown, hidden development. F medium route, but looking on the surface, he didn't have bad attributes, and he's a hidden development, so can't really complain. Here we are after the draft as Bradley is a 74 overall. I might want to cut Robert Woods. I mean, he's been doing so good for us, though, at the same time. I'm not going to cut him just because he has been doing good. So there's no point. I don't want him in my slot. He can be my receiver, too. Traylon Burks can be my slot. Tremaine Edmonds, Harold Landry. Looking pretty good. I'm going to have to move Cameron to my rush right end, or my second rush right end, because for some reason he's just not getting reps defensively. They have him in like a zone coverage scheme for him. I have no idea why. Daly is a 74 overall, so he's not a bad pick. 74 overall is not a bad pick. It's just unfortunate that he didn't get a higher. So he's going to play in my slot. And yeah, maybe he can get Defensive Rookie of the Year. That would be sick. I'm going to move Cameron up because he's getting absolutely no pressure whenever I want him to be moving in there. So we're going to go to the rush right end. And where's Cameron? He's a 69 overall. Nice. Move him here, and then move him up to my second string position there for the rush right end, so maybe he can actually get some reps in. And I'm not going to start him over Jadeveon Clowney. And then I'm going to move to the New England defense playbook, so that will be a little bit better for us probably instead of Philadelphia. New England. So, yeah, we're going to rock with that, see how that works. Our offense seemed to do pretty good last season. So, anyways, guys, it's now time to move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are coming off a loss to the Texans. Yikes. We are at the bottom of the division, 3-4, highly contested division. It looks like Trevor Lawrence broke out as the Jaguars are 5-2. Scouting national focus. Let's see, what do we want here? Maybe... I don't need a receiver. Let's go interior. Let's go middle linebacker again. Yeah, interior linebacker. We'll set that there. Maybe we'll get something to pair along other than just Zach Cunningham with Tremaine Edmonds. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see who we're going to have. we are going to have Kevin Byard. Needs to come back. I don't care how old he is. Up the money for him. He resigns. And Taylor Lewan, I think he's going to be like a 78 this year. I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to wait on him. Maybe we can get... I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to draft anything better. So, 1 year is fine. Yeah, just another year is fine. We probably won't draft anything better. Caleb Farley, we need to resign. It's going to be a cheap deal. He really didn't progress that much. He wasn't really stand out either. Zach Cunningham, I would give you a 1 year deal. Up the money for him. Nah, I'm good. I'm not going to give him any more than that. We only have 1 more year left in this rebuild. Everyone else here is just a no. I'm not going to worry about anyone else. Zach Cunningham is a no since he doesn't want a 1 year deal. So we're going to move on to the playoffs. And here we are in the playoffs coming off a huge win to the Jets, securing the division 11-6. And the Colts are 11-6, Jaguars 10-7. Wow. Jaguars 7th seed, Colts 6th seed. We get, what, the 2nd seed? I didn't even see that. It doesn't matter. Didn't even bother to look at it. But anyways, we are going to be ballers here, 11-6. Let's see what Malik Willis got for us this season. 2nd passing yards, 1st passing touchdown, 2nd best offense. We're in the Cincinnati Bengals playbook, right? Malik Willis MVP, baby. And I'm sure they'll keep Madden 82 overall. If you get an MVP, I think immediately you shouldn't just get a little bit of XP. I think immediately you should go like 5 overalls up at least, bro. There's no reason why there should be an X Factor QB in the game that's an 82 overall. By the end of the season, they're probably going to make him like 85, but he should be at least 88, 89 once you win MVP, but it's stupid. Anyways, huge season, 5,300 yards, 48 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Finally fixed that ratio, 65% completion percentage. King Henry never stopped, 23 touchdowns, 5.0 average. Significantly less reps, but still 23 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Mike Evans, 98 receptions. See, all he needed was a big receiver. That's all he needed. 98 receptions, 1,300 yards, 11 touchdowns. Robert Woods, 7 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. I'm glad I didn't cut him. He seems to be doing good regardless. Dawson Knox, almost 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. Traylon Burks has been kind of a disappointment. And it looks like our receiver that we drafted, Pat Bradley, didn't even get a single reception. Interesting. Defensively, Tremaine Edmonds, 140 tackles for a loss, 14 for Jeffrey Simmons, sacks, 17 for Jadeveon Clowney. That's what I'm talking about. Even though I don't really think he's an amazing pass rusher in real life I think he's a great run stopper, not a great pass rusher. 17 sacks. He's a beast in Madden. And then Jeffrey Simmons, 13 sacks. Deron Payne, 9.5. Interceptions, 3 for Caleb Farley. I want to see how much Cameron got. Did Cameron even get involved? Let me see. Cameron, 4 sacks. Okay. I mean, I guess. Interceptions, 3 for Caleb Farley, 2 for Harold Landry, which is interesting. Safeties, 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, let's see if we can beat our divisional rivals and who we completely stole the division from in the wild card. Maybe not. I don't think so. And we do. 28-21 here to face 12-5 Chiefs. Yikes. I mean, we beat them last year in the playoffs. Can we please do it again this time? Need to make it to the conference championship. We don't, dude. Oh my, it's the divisional round. It's always in Madden, the divisional round. Whatever. Anyways, let's move into the offseason. The Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl MVP against the Giants. Malik Willis wins the league MVP. There are no other awards here other than Malik Willis. I mean, I'm not complaining. Balled out. Let me see that X factor on Malik Willis. I'm sure red background looks good with him. It does. He's going to be an 88 overall with the morale, but without it, he'll be an 85. He should be like an 890 for being an MVP. Bradley gets star dev, but I'm still not going to cut Robert Woods. Even though he does take a lot of cap and he is going to regress throughout on the team, he's been putting up 1,000-yard seasons every single time. Why does I'm just going to cut this guy. Why does the CPU keep starting this guy over him? Get out of here. You leave. I've had a superstar right tackle this entire time, and he's only up to a 74 overall with morale because the CPU keeps starting him over him. Also, Dawson Knox gets superstar dev. That's sick. Tremaine Edmonds, superstar dev. Surprised that Clowney didn't get X Factor for having 7. I'm changing this. You whine and cry in the comments saying, oh, you're cheating for changing that. You're not going to get 17 sacks in a season and just be like, yeah, he gets superstar at best. He's averaging a sack a game. That's ridiculous, dude. That's ridiculous. 17 sacks in a game is definitely deserving an X Factor. Speaking of X Factor, Kevin Byard with X Factor now. I'm going to need to pick up a DB in free agency for sure. maybe a second string defensive tackle as well. But yeah, let's see the retirements. Maybe Taylor Lewan retires, which I would not like. I'm cool with him being here for another year, paying him $12 million this season, upcoming season. So let's see what we're gonna have with him. 2024 retirements. Yeah, Taylor Lewan. That's kind of what I expected. Taylor Lewan retires, which is a little bit rough. So we're gonna have to maybe do something in free agency. 81 million to spend. We just keep getting more and more money. Players are ready to negotiate. Let's see who we have. Zach Cunningham, no. Everyone else here is a no. Maybe I'll pick up a middle linebacker and a DB and a left tackle in free agency. And here we are after free agency. I went up after Chidobe Awuzie, who was an 89 overall superstar X Factor. He ended up not wanting to sign, even though I offered him the most money, and he had interest, but whatever. We got Dante Jackson here, Levante David, who's only 77 overall now, but he's not going to be a bad player, X Factor, and Cam Robinson was the best left tackle available. So, yeah, in the draft, maybe I want to draft another middle linebacker, and yeah, I think that'll be it, so let's move into it. And with my first pick, I'm picking up a middle linebacker, Walt Whitaker out of Oregon, 87 speed, normal development. He looked solid overall. A, awareness, B, block shed, B, play rec, B, power moves, B, zone coverage. Didn't think he was a bad player. He doesn't seem to be one. Just, again, unfortunately, no development. In the second round, picking up defensive tackle Lance Collier. I'm retarded. Anyways, 6'1" out of Clemson, 88 strength. Looks decent overall for a second round pick, especially late second round pick, might I add. In the late third round, picking up power back Caleb Richards to pair with Derrick Henry. Hidden development, 90 speed. It looks overall pretty good. A stiff arm as well. And here we are with the fourth and final season. I'm going to change up the defensive scheme to a 4-3 here. 4-3 cover, 4-6. What's the best scheme? 3-4 is the best scheme, but I think 4-6 is probably the best there. So we're going to rock with that. And then it looks like Richards is a 74 overall, so he seems to be a great pickup. And yeah, offensive line kind of regressed without Taylor Lewan. I mean, he was like, he probably would have been a 78 overall anyway, so really not that bad. Mooney, looks like the CPU picked up a better offensive linebacker than I could have drafted, but fortunately, we won't have time to develop him. Whitaker is only a 72 overall, which honestly isn't even bad. I'm just going to keep him there. Not really going to worry about moving him to outside linebacker. Cameron's better anyways, maybe as an edge rusher, but whatever. It looks like our defensive tackle, Lance, is going to be a starter as well, because we don't have any other defensive tackles, so that's fine with me right now. And, yeah, specialist, let's see what we got. Sure, Mooney. Let's move him. Yeah, let's move Mooney to rush left end. And yeah, I'm cool with everything else here. Don't really got to worry about it. Hopefully we can make the playoffs. Let's skip out on the midseason mark because, we don't need it. Final season. Let's move into it and hope we make it. No way. We are here in the playoffs. 15-2, top the division, first round bye, coming off a huge win to the Jaguars. Big win. And Malik Willis, still goated. I don't think that's an MVP season, but he's still pretty good. Got top 5 for MVP, ranked number 4, second best offense in the league, 9th best passer rating as well. Defensively, 7th. Great. 4,900 yards, almost 5,000 yards, 46 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, highest completion percentage all year. Rushing-wise, Derrick Henry had 20 touchdowns. Richards with 10. That's nice. Average sucked, but still. 1,500 yards for Derrick Henry, 5.4 average. Mike Evans, 1,400 yards, 10 touchdowns. Robert Woods, 15 touchdowns, 1,200 yards, 109 receptions. If we make it to the Super Bowl, he definitely deserves superstar. Dude's been so consistent for us. I'm glad I didn't cut him. Dawson Knox doing pretty good. Traylon Burks, even though he was like wide receiver 2 throughout the majority of the rebuild, he was really disappointing. And Bradley, Pat or whatever, Pat got 2 receptions and a touchdown at least, so that's cool, but it definitely should have been utilized more, but we just had too much receiver room. Tremaine Edmonds, 118 tackles for a loss, 11 for Clowney, 11 for Payne, sacks, 13.5 for Simmons, 10 for Clowney, interceptions, 11 for Dante Jackson. Damn, that's a lot. Safeties on the team, 1 for Lance, good stuff. Defensive touchdowns is 0. Anyways, let's see who we're going to be facing in the divisional round. I swear to God, if we lose in the divisional round, this game is so rigged, dude. We lose every single time. It's Chiefs. We're going to lose. Oh, is that going to be the outro? For those of you guys saying, oh, you suck at rebuilds, you suck at... What do you want me to do? Physically explain to me in detail with MLA format, essay style, from your college professors about what you want me to do better. Oh, be better at the game. Be better. What could I physically do? What could I physically do that was better? I had a 15-2 season, an MVP quarterback, 2 good running backs, just a great receiving core, good offensive line, a great defense, a top 10 defense, a top 2 offense. There's nothing I can do. The game just screws me. I'm not allowed to win. That's just how it is. I'm sure the comments will be like, oh, you suck at rebuilds. Get better at doing rebuild. I can't do anything. I physically cannot do anything, unfortunately. So anyways, guys, apart from that, I thank you guys all for watching. Somehow Robert Woods still doesn't get Superstar Dev. Anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments below which team you would like me to rebuild next. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you guys all in the next one.